Yo guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Process YouTube channel. First off, I want to apologize ahead of time. Videos coming out late. So typically on these later games, afternoon games, Sunday night or Monday night games, I usually work late on Sunday. So, you'll be seeing this early on Monday morning. So let's get into this game right here. Eagles went ahead and lost a close game to the Chargers, 27-24, and there's a lot to unpack here. First off, let's go for some positives here. The offense did what they were supposed to do today. Yeah, early in the game, they tested the Chargers' corners. They didn't have much success. And then they went to a heavy dose of Jordan Howard, Boston Scott. The offense ran the ball down the Chargers' throat like they were supposed to. They tried to control the time of possession. They really tried to impose their will on this Charger defense, which I really did like. And then later in the game, when the Chargers were showing they were going to stop the run, the Eagles were able to play action off that. Really, we've got to see Devontae Smith really get involved today, and he had a big game today. He had over 100 yards and a touchdown today. We saw some good RPO plays as well. They were able to get the ball at the Dallas Goedert, who made some good plays today. Jalen Hurts looked a lot more comfortable in the second half than in the first half. He was able to make some good runs on third down, which extended drives. They did what they were supposed to do on offense. They did their job. And I got to give Nick Sirianni credit here. He went ahead, it looked like in those first two drives, they were going to go right back in their old formula of just passing the football nonstop. When the Chargers got up 7, and I saw the first two drives, I was starting to get convinced, like, here comes a blowout. The Chargers are going to destroy us. But give credit to Nick Sirianni. He went back to the running game. It worked. It's successful. I'm a little hesitant to say it, but I'll say it. It looks like this offense might have found its identity. Considering this is 2 straight games, they've went ahead and showed much more of a run-heavy focus and let the run set up the pass. It looks like maybe the Eagles have actually found their identity on offense, which is good. This is what we've been waiting for. It's unfortunate it took almost halfway through the season to find it, but at least they finally found it. Now, the other side of things, which is the side that everybody is complaining about, and you can't blame them, is this defense was absolute garbage. This defense was such trash today, it's not even funny. Jonathan Gannon and this defense reverted right back to the same crap they've done before. They're playing the zone defense, no blitzes, no pressure, no nothing. And what did Justin Herbert do today? He only completed 80% of his passes today. I think he was 32 of 38. Are you freaking kidding me? Every week, a quarterback plays the Eagles, and they have a career high in percentage of completions. Every freaking week, this happens. And even against teams where the Eagles play good defense, it's every week. They're completing a high percentage of passes, and the Eagles can't wrap up and stop. Once again, the Eagles get no pressure on anybody today. They didn't even get a sack today. But guess what somebody did? Derek Barnett gets another penalty. On 3rd and 6, he jumps off sides. Once again, he makes another damn boneheaded play like he does every week. And it's the same problem over and over again. Fletcher Cox disappeared, didn't do anything. Javon Hargrave, who's been a guy who's been bringing pressure. It looks like they're finally double-teaming him. He's disappeared. Josh Sweat, he gets hurt, but he didn't do anything either. Kerrigan, what has he done all season? He's done nothing. At least Milton Williams and Jackson, we're seeing them, what they can do, because they're doing about just what the starters are doing. They ain't doing anything different. Linebackers, they're just not good enough. You can't even rip these linebackers. They're just not good enough. I'll give credit where credit's due. De'Veon Taylor put on some nice licks today. I'll give De'Veon Taylor credit. He showed at least some thump in him. So that's something I was pretty happy with. Yeah, you're getting beat, but at least he's putting some power on. He's trying to knock some people out and do something. I'll give him credit there. Now, secondary-wise, it was probably one of their weaker games. To be honest, it was. Darius Slay got beat a few times, and then he goes ahead, he gets hurt. He also had that real tough holding penalty, which, I think it's a little iffy right there. Mike Williams and him were fighting all game, and they were pushing all game, and they weren't calling it, and then they call it there. It's a little ticky-tacky, but hey, that's football. The refs are always going to side with the offense. Simple as that. But the fact of the matter is, yeah, the corners didn't have their best day, but the fact of the matter is, if your D-line can't get any pressure, it doesn't matter who you have guard in the secondary. You could have Deion Sanders as a cornerback out there covering Joe Schmo. And if he's got 20 seconds to throw, the quarterback has 20 seconds to throw the football, they're going to find Joe Schmo wide open eventually. The fact of the matter is the Eagles are unable to get pressure. They do the same thing every week, and nothing changes. It's the same result. It's Jonathan Gannon's mentality is, my defense isn't good, I'm afraid to get beat, and I'd rather bleed slowly instead of just gushing blood like we have in years past. And you know what? Yeah, your defense doesn't have any talent, but show me something different. Show a blitz. Justin Herbert came into this game struggling the past 2 weeks. And the fact of the matter is the Eagles refused to challenge him. They treat him like he was the Messiah, that he could do no wrong, and he was the greatest quarterback of all time. Hell, they did more things against Tom Brady than they did against Justin Herbert this week. And it's infuriating. And I've said, and in the past, I will say, and I've said this and I'll admit it, I've given Jonathan Gannon the benefit of the doubt on some of these games. I have. But we're so many games into the season, nothing's changed. The only time he brings pressure is when against a C or below quarterback, and you can't do that in the NFL. You cannot play back in coverage and just pray a quarterback to make a mistake. They don't make those mistakes anymore. This isn't the NFL in the early 2000s or the early 90s where quarterbacks were 60% completion was considered great. That's not how it works anymore. Quarterbacks are completing 60 to 70 plus now. You got to be able to get pressure on quarterbacks now, and the fact of the matter is either he refuses or doesn't know how to get pressure. It's beyond proof that this guy's in way over his head. And honestly, Nick Sirianni should review the film tomorrow, call Jonathan Gannon to his office and say, see you, buddy, you're done. You're done, because there's no reason why he should be a football coach right now. One of the interim guys below him could probably do a better job than he is right now. It's simple fact of the matter is, I'm sick of his defense, I'm sick of his attitude, and I'm sick of the fact he can't figure out how to use his damn players. It's a complete embarrassment is what his defense has been. And the Eagles' defense has been an absolute embarrassment this season. They're letting quarterbacks complete the highest percentage in NFL history. They've allowed 5 quarterbacks this season. 5 to complete over 80% on them. It's insanity. You do the same damn thing and you have the same results every week. And he does nothing different. Oh, I'll blitz Jared Goff. I'll blitz the whatever Lions. I'll blitz Sam Darnold, but I won't do it against anybody else. What's the point of you being a defense coordinator then? I could call a better defense. You could call a better defense. My grandma, who's dead, could call a better defense than Jonathan Gannon right now. It's just insanity for what he's doing right now. It's an embarrassment what Jonathan Gannon is. But enough about the defense, enough complaining about them. I do want to talk a little bit about Jalen Hurts right now. Now, Jalen Hurts, he's had his ups and downs this year. He honestly has. But it seems in order to get him into a rhythm, you got to run the football and let him PA off of it. And I think Nick Sirianni and this Eagles team are figuring that out. The past 2 games, we saw a much more comfortable Jalen Hurts. He's able to get the football out. He's reading the field a lot better. His last pass of the game, that throw to Devontae Smith over in the middle, that was a great play. He stayed in the pocket, he read the field, he hit Devontae Smith right over the middle, and he led him. And Devontae Smith made a play in order to get that touchdown. Great job by Hurts staying in the pocket. Great job not getting pressure in there. And he made a great throw. This is what I want to see from Jalen Hurts. I want to see steady progression. We saw some good plays against Detroit. Yeah, he didn't have the greatest game, but you know what? He was gaining some confidence. Then we saw him make some big-time plays in this game. He converted a lot of third downs by seeing the pressure and letting his God-given abilities do the rest of the work. He did that a lot. He read the field. He trusted his reads. He was just playing football. He wasn't thinking like he was earlier in the season. He's just letting the game come to him, and he's looking a lot more comfortable right now. I'm really hoping he builds upon this, and if he's able to build upon this, he might prove he could be the guy. Because in recent weeks, I was really doubting whether he could be the guy. Now, if he continues to show this progress and development, I might be willing to give him another year. So, I have to say, Jalen Hurts is looking better, and I'm pleased to see it. I'm very pleased to see that. Even though the Eagles lost today, there are positives to take away from this. There are. I mean, the fact of the matter is, here's another issue. The fact Jordan Howard was on the practice squad for as long as he was is complete and utter asinine. How the hell do you not understand? And this isn't just the Eagles issue. This is an NFL issue because there are multiple teams who could have brought this guy in and had him as a featured back just pounding everybody, and they haven't done it. And the Eagles have been allowed to hold him on this practice squad for multiple weeks. Nobody's made a claim. Nobody's tried to pick him up. Nobody's tried to put him on the active roster. Yet here he is, and he's got 3 touchdowns in 2 games. He had 70 yards today and a touchdown. He had a really good game. He was a powerhouse in this game. The Chargers literally had to worry about him. And the Eagles had him on his practice squad. Look, when Miles Sanders comes back, he better get used to having Jordan Howard in the backfield with him, because there should be no reason why Jordan Howard goes back to the practice squad after these two performances. And I'm sure when they play Denver, he's probably going to have another pretty good game against Denver too. He might even score another touchdown. And if that's the case, Miles Sanders, he needs to get used to sharing the load with Jordan Howard, because those two would be a great 1-2 punch. And hey, love Boston Scott. He's a great guy, great character, great this. I'd cut him. I'd cut him to bring Jordan Howard back, because Kenneth Gainwell gives you a lot of the same stuff that Boston Scott does, which he even scored a touchdown today. So that was good inside running by Kenneth Gainwell on that run. But I'm sorry, Jordan Howard has to stay on this roster. This Eagles line is really gelling, being able to run the football now. There was a lot of positives to take away from the offense today. Wasn't perfect. Jalen Hurts missed some throws. There were some missed opportunities. The first two drives, obviously, they would have come out running immediately. Maybe they score early and we have a different game going throughout. But hey, you had to test that defense. You had to test those corners. I can understand why they were throwing it early. You want to see if you can even throw the football on them. And the Eagles realized pretty quickly, nah, we got to run it. Hats off to Nick Sirianni realizing that and adapting his game plan to what's working for him. So I'll give him credit for that. But this defense is trash. This defense is garbage. And Jonathan Gannon needs to be fired. Period. End of discussion. He needs to go. Get him the hell out of here. He just is not doing a good job. He should be gone. There's no reason why he should have a job tomorrow. But those are my thoughts on the game right now. A tough loss, but you know what? There were some positives to take away. Maybe some development from Jalen Hurts, which is good. The defense is just an embarrassment at this point. But with that, the Eagles' next opponent is the Denver Broncos. We'll see how that game goes from there. Denver had a huge win over the Cowboys today, kind of a big upset. So that's no longer looking like as easy of a game as it could have earlier. But I'll have my review or preview of the Eagle-Denver game later on this week, along with my picks in the NFL. And with that, I want to thank you all for listening. If you liked the video, please hit that like button. And if you agree or disagree in the comment section below, please have at it. So with that, hope you all have a good rest of your day. Peace.